Welcome back to Just 2 Minutes, Just to Mishnais. This Mishnais ala Nishmas, Fredele Basrachan, the Schus of Yitzchak ben Gila, and the Fraster Basuva. So Mesachas Bav Metziah Perik Tes, Mishnah Dal, the Mishnah Hey, Hamakabel Sodom Echaver V'Leiratz ala Nakesh, V'Amalai Ma'ach Paslecha, Hayel Vani Noisim Lecha Chachayra, In Sharmin Lai Mipnei Shiyachal Lermer Lai Lemachar Tayetz Mimeno, Umala Lefanai Asabim. So talking about a case here where, up until now, we're talking about an Aris, which is someone who's working the field, and he gives the owner of the field a percentage of what he makes. But now we're talking about a case where he gives the owner a certain amount, and that's it. Meaning, if he makes more, too bad for the owner. If he makes less, too bad for him. He doesn't give a percentage, he gives a set amount. And part of his job is to weed it, is to uproot the weeds. And he doesn't uproot the weeds, so he just leaves the weeds to grow, basically. And he says to the owner of the field, "What do you care? Because I'll give you a wheat anyways." And so what? There'll be a few weeds. So he's not allowed to say that. Why? Because after this guy finishes his work, the owner of the field is going to be stuck with a field full of weeds, and he won't get as much wheat out of it. If someone gets a field, we're talking about in the original case of an oris, where he's giving a percentage of the field, a percentage of the produce to the owner, and he doesn't work the field, and the field doesn't reap a lot, meaning there isn't such a big, there isn't so much produce. So if there's enough to make a pile of wheat, so then if there's enough to make a pile of wheat, so then the guy has to carry on working it. If it's less than that, he can stop working it because it's not worth his while. Rabbi Yehuda Bakri, how Rabbi Yehuda says, but how do we know what's number one? What do you consider to be a pile of wheat, and how can it be considered the same for a big field and a small field? So instead, Rabbi Yehuda says that it goes according to each. So we said if we were doing it according to a pile, each field would have to be different. So instead, he says that we go. What do? We measure as long as he makes at least the amount which he's sown. So let's say he sowed. I think, did I say it sowed? 3 kilos of wheat of grain, basically in the field. So if he makes back 3 kilos, so then he has to carry on working it, and those are his Mishnah.